Hello everyone, this is the March primary box unboxing for our little Montessori. And as always, the first thing that you're gonna see when you open your box is our flyer for the month. This lists the items that are in the box and their purpose. And when I say purpose, I really do mean what area it falls in. Kind of the curriculum area. It can be for language, math, science, manipulatives, practical life, things like that. And that really is just so you know really the root intention of it, that it's supposed to be made for learning language or manipulatives, which is just items that you can manipulate. As children learn all sorts of things about the real world when they manipulate materials. That's why they want to touch everything. It's naturally what they want to do. And then below that, you can see all the different platforms that our little Montessori is on. I do mostly post on Instagram, so if you are an Instagram user, please follow me there. I would love to hear comments on any of our posts that we share about just everyday Montessori living in our house and in our classrooms. And then of course, Montessori Monday, which is a lot of fun. Great. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Here you get notifications every time I post one of these videos, so you don't miss anything. If you're not a subscriber, if you don't get this box, you can still use the content that I teach in these videos. You can use how I present lessons. If you have things in your home that you want to use, it does not require a subscription. So please follow us. Let me know if there's anything you want to see from me in the comments below. I'd love suggestions. I love to see how I can make this better useful for you and your family. Please just let me know. All right, so moving on to the items in our box. This month we got a couple of items from a Etsy shop called the Curated Set, and this item is I'm going to try to take one out for you. It is like a plant matching game on wooden tiles. So these are wooden hearts, and there are different spring themed designs on each one. Very beautiful, very soft, no splinters. And so, we found a match. So how this would work is just like any other matching game. I'm not gonna take them all out. I really don't want to waste too much of your time explaining something that you probably already understand. So I'll just do it with 4. There's a bunch in there. So you lay them all out face down. You don't look at them first, really. I mean, you can, but. Oh, I got a match. So I get to keep these. They become mine. And then your child gets to go, and obviously there'd be a lot more. If you were to not get a match the first time, you try to remember where they were the next time you pull one over. Like, I remember I saw that one over here, so on. And it's just a game that you can play with your child, or they can play by themselves. They really don't have to play with you. They can make the matches on their own and kind of practice those skills. If you can't sit with them and do it, that's really the beauty of a lot of Montessori materials. It teaches them something, but you're not teaching them. It's the material that's teaching them. So you're just there to invite them, to show excitement for learning, to support them if they need it, but it also gives them something that they really can do on their own and find that independence. Again, that is from the Curated Set. Here is her card, which will be in the box with the material. You can find her on Etsy. All right. The next thing I'm really excited about, I've never put one of these in the box before. It's a 3-part card. In here, I've included her instructions just in case you might not have ever presented a 3-part card before. However, she goes over different ages and how the cards can be used in a variance of age or your child's developmental level. Don't just assume because they're within this age group that that's what they have to do. You know your child better than anyone else. Maybe start with that. If you see that my child's doing this so easy, it's way too easy for them, I need to move on, you can go down to the next level. If you're ever unsure, let's say they do all of it or it's not going smoothly, reach out to me. Let me know what's going on. Let me see if I can help you get it figured out. But it really is a simple concept. 3-part cards teach language, items in their environment. So if it's a 3-part card talking about parts of the human body, for example, we did human body last month. Your child may know what the heart is or the brain, but they might not know what kidneys are. So the 3-part card, it combines and isolates. So it definitely covers, well, all these are inside of your body. You know about the heart, right? That's inside your body. Point to where your heart is. They might point to their heart. Let's hope they point to their heart. And then brain and so on. But then, these are also in your body. These are a different thing, and they're called kidneys. And they're located right here in your body. And you can point to where they are in your body and say, can you point to them on your body? Have them point to them on their body. So it's introducing a new part of the human body, but it's also reinforcing what they already know. So they don't feel like, oh, this is all completely brand new to me. I've never seen any of this before, and now I'm panicking. No one wants to feel like they don't know anything. So you definitely want to make sure when you're integrating a new concept with a 3-part card or any material that you touch on something they already kind of know, and you're just expanding on that. Like, oh, we've learned about this, but now I'm going to take it a step further. The beauty of 3-part cards is how far they can really go and really how early you can introduce them to be beneficial to their language development and, of course, noun development, knowing what things are in the world around them or inside them, like the human body. So to start a 3-part card, and this is a traditional lesson, this is how you would present it if you're sitting with the child and they're kind of working on language. They've seen this before, maybe you presented it before, or they've seen a 3-part card. So if your child hasn't seen a 3-part card, I'll show you how. Well, let's just do that one first. I want to make sure that let's go in order. All right, so this is actually her card, and this is a 3-part card on garden tools. So if your child's 2-3 years old and they've never seen a 3-part card before, you might want to introduce it in a matching sort of way. So basically, this is the 3rd card. This is the control card. Really, this is designed to correct their work. This is typically the last card presented. However, if your child's pretty young, you might just want to make this a matching game where you would just lay all these out in a neat row on a table. Or if you have a work rug, you can use that. If you don't know what that is, please reach out to me. I'll let you know. I'll share some links of ways that you can get yourself a work rug. They're not expensive or anything like that. So I'm just going to set out a couple to start with. Let me move this so you can see a little better. Oh, and we got lucky on that one. That one's not in here. Okay. So they would just match the pictures. Very, very basic way of presenting this material. If your child is older than 2, early 3, I definitely recommend starting with the original presentation that I'm about to show you, because you really don't want to confuse them. If you present it just matching when they're a little past that, then they're going to try to match forever because they're going to think that that's where they're supposed to start. This is a little tricky because you don't want to do the wrong thing and then have to reverse. But really, if they didn't just turn 3, if they're mid 3 or up, I would do this presentation, this next one. And this is a traditional way that you would present a 3-part card. You present the just picture card. Again, I'm only going to do a couple of them. When you present it, you do want to do all of them because that's the point of the card. I didn't put too many in here. If your child has an attention, anything with attention where they really do struggle to sit, you might want to maybe cut them in half, like separate the cards and cut them in half and only put out half. And then maybe in a month, switch them out, put the second half out and take the original half back. And then eventually when they work up that attention, then you can introduce all of them at one time, and then they're familiar with it, so it's less overwhelming. Gloves. Sun hat. Again, typically these would be either divided or you would have all them out. Twine. Basket. Now, once they've all been labeled, let's say your child's not a reader and they're choosing this work on their own, you can help read for them, or they can match the first sound. They can even guess, really. That's 2 words. That might be sun hat. Maybe, I don't know, wherever your child's at. For 3 to 4-year-olds, sometimes I'll just read the word to them and they can go match it. But if they are working independently, they can do this independently. Let's say it's all wrong. I'm just gonna mix these up right here for you. Let's say your child does it on their own and they're not right. This is how they correct their own work. They get the control card, which has the picture and the word, and they match it. And when they match it, they make sure that the picture is the same and the words are the same. Now let's we'll go to one that is not the same. I see that my picture's the same. That's usually what they start with. It's the easiest thing to match quickly. And then I get to my words and I see that they're clearly different. But this one's the same. These match. They can correct their own work. When you're presenting this, you will get it right. You will put them all out. You will match them correctly. Let's say you're presenting something you're not very comfortable with. Parts of a flower, parts of a car, things that might be that you don't know off the top of your head whether it's correct or not. It's okay. Don't study up on it. It's okay. Get it wrong, and then your control card will show that you put the wrong word there, and then your child will also see, one, that they're not always going to be perfect because you're not always perfect, and that it's okay. It's nothing to be upset about. It's nothing to be concerned about. Now I'm learning the word that matches this picture. And this is how we learn. This is the whole point of the work, is to learn not to get it. If they get it right every time, if they're reading all these words and getting it right every time, this is too easy. And an extension for that would be to have them writing them. They can copyright them, or tracing yellow marker, which is really just you writing the words in yellow on paper with a highlighter, and then your child tracing it in pencil. That's an extension to this. Let's say your child's just done it a lot of times. They really love it. They keep choosing it, but they're not getting anything out of it anymore because they understand what all of these are. Then you can move on to the writing and language side of it, where you're having them write down these words. Don't forget to have them write their name on there. We want to make sure that they're always practicing their name when they become readers and writers. All right. And as always, I'd like to include a book in our box. So the next item in the box is a book. It is a rookie read about. You know how I love those. And it is a science one called How Do You Know It's Spring? Obviously, spring is coming. This is a spring themed box, so I had to include this one. It's great. I actually think after the summer box goes out with the summer rookie, you'll have all 4 seasons. If you've been subscribing the last year, you'll be at all 4 seasons. Rookie readabouts have real photos. We want to teach children about the world around them. It confuses them when we introduce a lot of fake things that just are not real. The cool thing about rookies is they will never teach your child something that's not real. They will always teach something that is something they can see, touch, hold. Well, they do have things like books on gases, so I guess not necessarily something you can see and hold always, but factual, real things. With that being said, make sure you put these in a basket on the shelf or a tray. You want your child to be able to easily access that. And these can go together. You can read this and then introduce these. And that's a good way to kind of prime them, get them ready for what the topic that you're about to teach them. And I hope you enjoy your box. I really love putting this one together. Let me know about the 3-part cards, good, bad, what you think. If you're not comfortable, please reach out to me. I can give you another video lesson, maybe of the whole thing, if that's what you would like. If you need a rug, as I mentioned before, let me know. I can help you find work rugs. You can also Google Montessori work rugs. You can see an array of things that you can use. Definitely just reach out to me though. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your opinions, your thoughts, your questions. You can comment below on this video. You can reach out to me on any other social media platform listed on here, as well as email our Google account. All right. Have a great rest of your day.